Spring is officially here, and that means one thing for hunters. Turkey season is just days away. It kicks off Monday, and Wake Up Central's Hayden Balgavy has more in today's Outdoor Report.
Happy Saturday morning, everybody. I am Hayden Balgavy alongside Trey Reid, Arkansas Game and Fish. Snow eclipse to look forward to on Monday, my friend.
Well,
how special was that?
That was so exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, I told you before we came on here, I was a little skeptical about how cool it would be. I got to say, it's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Well, it's one of the coolest things that anyone has ever seen. I'm so glad we got to experience it. And something else I'm very happy we get to experience, my little turkey season starting on Monday.
Finally, turkey season. We had the youth hunt last weekend, of course, but it opened statewide for everybody on Monday. A lot of excitement. You know, we talked last week, Hayden, about this being, you know, our turkey numbers have been down over the last number of years, but we've seen some good reproduction the last couple of years when we count poults, the young turkeys in the springtime observation studies that our biologists and the public helps with that too. And so there's some excitement. I mean, and gosh, man, it's springtime in Arkansas.
Oh,
everything's
nice.
Turning green. The dogwoods are blooming, depending on where you are. May have already bloomed if you're in South Arkansas, but it's just that. I mean, it's time to go outside, and that magical sound of a gobbler in the morning echoing.
Really underrated too. I know we think duck, we think deer, but turkey season too.
Man, it is one of the most exciting types of hunting, I think. I mean, this bird's got a brain the size of a walnut, maybe, and yet how do they outfox us so often? But just an incredible experience to get out and experience turkey hunting in Arkansas in the springtime.
Turkey hunting going on in the spring too. Of course, you know, we're in Arkansas, pretty close to our friends in Louisiana. It's crawfish season too. Now, if you're going to a crawfish boil, I'm going to one not too far away, a couple of weeks away. I know you may be going to a few yourself, but unfortunately, along with them crawfish, man, we got to deal with a little invasive species coming up from Louisiana.
We do, Hayden, and you know, invasive species are a great concern for us. They can, especially aquatic nuisance species. I mean, like giant salvinia, just is a grass that is prominent in Texas and Louisiana. A lot of these things get introduced accidentally, and that's what happened with the snail. It's the apple snail, and it was discovered in Florida a number of years ago, but we've known about it being in Louisiana for a number of years, and actually have been working with Louisiana wildlife authorities to try to, you know, control it from coming into Arkansas. You know, it can come in on boats that have been in infested waters, or you know, if you don't drain your live well, you can bring invasive species in that way as well. But we found some in some live crawfish shipments coming up from Louisiana. And that's not a knock on Louisiana. I mean, they're doing all they can do to control it, and it is really causing a lot of economic harm to the crawfish industry in Louisiana. Obviously, people don't want to spread invasive species. But another area that we're really concerned about, these snails can really, they've been shown to have great impacts on rice agriculture.
Yeah, we can't have that here.
We grow half the rice in the country here in Arkansas. It's a huge, you know, industry, incredibly important economically to the state. And so what we're asking folks to do, you know, if you are having a crawfish boil, you know, just check. I mean, these things are pretty easy to spot. If you see a snail that's bigger than a quarter in your live crawfish shipment, it's probably an apple snail, because we don't have any native snails that are that big. And these things get pretty big. They've also been sold in the aquarium trade, and so it's probably how they got out originally. We don't know that for a fact, but I mean, you know, folks have these tanks and something gets bigger and they dump it out. Main thing to remember, if you find one, don't just dump it out. Don't just put it on the ground or in a body of water. We ask that you bag it up, double bag it in a garbage bag, seal it with tape, and then put it in the freezer for 24 hours to humanely euthanize the snail, and then throw it in the trash.
Okay, and again, you can be buying live crawfish, getting ready, but this is really important stuff too, because if you don't do this the right way, we could be hurting farmers.
Absolutely. We do not want any invasive species to get a foothold in Arkansas, no matter what they are, snail or otherwise. I mean, we've seen, you know, silver carp and things like that in the past, and they can do a lot of harm. If you do spot one of these things or spot some of its eggs in the wild, do us a favor and go to agfc.com/ANS, which stands for Aquatic Nuisance Species.
ANS.
And there's a reporting form there. You can just fill it out online, and we'll respond and come out and take a look.
Gotcha. Don't try to pinch it. Don't try to get the meat. You look, oh my gosh, okay, here we go. Know the process.
Just eat the crawfish.
Just eat the crawfish. Know the process. Of course, South Arkansas, Central Arkansas, we love our crawfish.
Absolutely.
Hey, we love our Trey Reid, Arkansas Game and Fish. Thank you, sir, as always. We appreciate it. All right, y'all. Have a great Saturday.